Hey everybody, it's been a little while since I've posted a video and I'm missing you guys, so I thought I would just take a few minutes and let you know what's been going on in my gaming world since we last talked. I'm still going to be doing full hands-on videos of games from my collection moving forward, but been taking a break from catching up on old games and learning new games to take care of some business at home, but that hasn't stopped me from adding to my collection. And also wanted to give you guys a sneak peek at what many of you are probably receiving in the mail, just like I did this week, the new updated History Maker Baseball 4.0 game books. So maybe there's some folks out there that haven't decided to upgrade to that yet and wanted to see what it looked like, and that's what I'll try to do for you on this video today in a quick part at the end. So I've been having some fun on eBay. If you've been following my Facebook page, and if you aren't following my Facebook page, please do so. The link is on this YouTube channel up in the upper right hand corner. You can click on follow me on Facebook and you'll see my updates that I post a couple times a week. So I had some fun on eBay this week. I got Challenge Golf at Pebble Beach. There's been a lot of talk on the Delphi forums lately about golf games, and I am more of a visual person, so I was more interested in a game that allows you to play golf on a virtual course on the tabletop rather than just rolling dice against charts. Now, this particular old Sports Illustrated bookshelf game you do roll against charts, but at least you get to use an ink pencil and mark your ball location on the hole, and it's fun. I've only played one hole so far, but it's fun. And at the same time, I also ordered this is a 1976 game, Challenge Golf at Pebble Beach, and then the precursor to this game, I believe, if my history is correct, is Thinking Man's Golf. By 3M Games. So I also picked this up off of eBay. It's in really good shape. And again, it's a game that, if you haven't seen this before, the board actually folds out. This board covers the box, the game box, all the parts to the game, the dice and the grease pencil and the scorecard and the little template you use, stencil that you use to mark your ball position is in here, and then this part actually represents the 18 holes that you're going to play as you play the game, and it represents great holes from various courses. And again, this game is from the 60s, so I'm sure the layout of these holes is different now, but you've got Marion Golf Club in Philadelphia, Cherry Hills Country Club in Denver, Augusta, Oakmont. What else we got? More Augusta, the Champions Golf Club, the Country Club in Brookline, Colonial, Firestone. So again, all the talk on the chatter on the Delphi forums about golf games got me wanting a golf game. Didn't have one. I know there's a lot of good golf games out right now that are currently being published. I know that there's the ASG offering, which I'm expecting comments to this video from people who play that say, hey, if you want a visual golf game, check out ASG Golf. And I probably will. I just know that game is pretty deep. Probably a lot deeper than these games. So while I said I like a visual game, ASG has kind of scared me a bit, maybe, for how deep it is, and also the cost of ownership on that game. I like that I can't go out and get new courses for Thinking Man's Golf. It's these 18 holes that I have to play, and that doesn't bother me. I know with ASG Golf, I think it's pretty expensive to buy the additional courses, but you can do quick play and things like that. I just don't know that I'm interested in running tournaments, things like that. I just want to have a golf game on my shelf that every now and then, if I want to play 18 holes, it doesn't even need to be a real golfer, that I can do that in a fun visual way. So, and I know there's other golf games by lots of great game designers out there too that are more card and chart oriented, like a card for a golfer and the charts for the various courses, etc. So at some point maybe I'll check those out as well. But so that was my eBay haul for this week. And then non-eBay purchases, I ended up finally getting the print copy of Payoff Pitch, published by PT Games and developed by my good virtual friend Joe Bryan. So here's what, for those of you who haven't bought this game yet, here's how it comes. It's a cardboard box, pizza box, paper box, whatever you want to call it. With some nice decals on it to try to spiff it up a bit. Have played one game. I started playing I got the 1977 season. I did get the fact deck, so I've got the fast action cards to move, play along. Nice set. And I've played the first game in the 1977 National League Championship Series, and my Phillies won the first game there. So what I plan on doing is finishing that series, maybe playing the World Series, my dream World Series, which would have been the Phillies versus the Yankees. Since I finished that season and played those games in History Maker Baseball, I thought it'd be fun to do the same thing with Payoff Pitch to get me familiar with the game and allow me to do a hands-on games video of Payoff Pitch. So expect that at some point in the future. And then the last pickup, I was in the Phoenix area, Peoria and the Phoenix area, and then did a Google search while I was there, or a Yelp search for the best game store in Phoenix, and it came up Game Depot as the place I wanted to visit. So I went to Game Depot and ended up with a solitaire World War II game, B-29 Super Fortress. So I've already highlighted B-17, Queen of the Skies, on this channel, so now I have another bomber game to play with. And much like B-17, this one is more of a simulation. It's not really a game. You roll the dice and it takes you through the missions. So I know what I'm getting into with this one, and I like that kind of game. Sit back and watch the action unfold. So I haven't even unwrapped this one yet, but this will get highlighted on my channel at some point as well. All right, so to wrap things up, two things with regards to Play.com. First of all, for those of you that are familiar with Keith Avallone's games at Play.com, you know that community is a big deal to him. He's doing a lot of traveling these past few years to different cities, playing different tournaments. If my memory serves me, I think he's a week away from doing a baseball tournament in the San Francisco area. I hate the fact that I'm putting this on video and it could be wrong, but I believe that's what's going on. So community is a big deal to Keith. One of the cool things he does for his customers is when they finish a particularly long replay or project with one of his games, if you send Keith an email and tell him about it, he will send you one of these. And I think those of you who are on Keith's newsletter saw me holding this in a photograph this past week in the newsletter, but I just thought I'd highlight it again. It's just a cool little thing. It's just, I do proudly display these. Yes, it's just no metal here. It's just plastic. It's one of those things where it's the thought that counts, and it's kind of cool, and it does remind you of how much you've played this particular game. In this case, it was my 1977 Philadelphia Phillies season that I took through the championship series and actually won the World Series against the Yankees. So yeah, I'll remember this for the rest of my life, going through this. And it's neat that he memorializes these things with these trophies that he'll send you. I have one more of these trophies. I ran a red, white, and blue racing Scram season, replacing many of the drivers that come with the game from people on the Delphi forums, and that was a lot of fun. So now I have two of these trophies in my collection. Okay, last but not least, Keith did recently announce that he was updating the components to History Maker Baseball, and I was lucky to be one of the first people that got these mailed out. I think he's started mailing these out earlier this week, so I know I'm not the only one who has this in his hands, but this may be the first time it's on video. So History Maker Baseball for the past couple years has been sold with a great game book. This one, it's got a plastic cover, spiral bound, but on glossy stock paper. Has held up well. You can see this is my version. I've played lots of games, and it's held up just fine. Certainly, no one was busting down his Play.com doors and say, "Hey, you got to upgrade this. This is terrible." No, it's been fine. So it was one book. It had all the play results in it, and it also had the game rules in the back. So that's the 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 game book format. Well, he's upgraded it, and it's pretty great. So now we have a thicker, heavy-duty stock now to each page. So it no longer needs this special cover that it had. You can see that, or the backing that it had right there. It doesn't need that because now it's on this heavy cardstock. So flipping the pages, I've already tested this, is much easier. I think you can get an idea from the there. It's a heavy cardstock, so it's the same information, same color scheme. Additional graphics, you'll notice that now there's this background graphic. This was a white background before, so Keith added some touch there. On the back cover, at the end of the Rare Plays, there's also a nice graphic there. I think that's it for the additional graphics, but the colors just pop a little bit more off the page, a little bit more flair. And again, turning these pages now, you're not like having to, get your finger a little bit damp as you turn it back and forth. The pages on this bigger spiral binding, by the way, the spiral binding got a little bit bigger to allow for a little bit more easy movement, easy play on the pages as they turn back and forth. So most of the time you're going to be right here on the main pages, and if you have to flip back to the drama charts, it's easy, and flipping forward to chemistry and right now and experience is really easy. Yeah, it's subtle, it's small, but it just feels right. It just feels a little bit more stronger, a little bit more better. It's gonna hold up more better. It's gonna hold up better to repeated use. I would encourage Keith. I love this format. If you can keep this going, I'd like to see other games done in this thicker format as well. I think everybody would love that. So thank you, Keith. Looks great, and I think people are going to like this. Now, what happened to the rules? Well, he simply adds another booklet with the rules. So I believe a number of his games have this kind of format for the staple bound multi-page rule set. So that's where all the rules went in here. The other comment I should make as I wrap this up is not only is it a new format, but Keith did make some subtle changes to the results. They were explained in the latest newsletter. I'm sure that it's already up on his website. So there is a difference between the 3.0 booklet and the 4.0 booklet, not just in appearance and feel and the components, the component quality, but with a few results as well. And it's pretty much stuck. It's pretty much to these pages where the results have changed. Minor tweaks to reduce the amount of doubles in some cases. Changes to the umpire checks. Nothing big. I'm not going to go into the details now because I know if I tried to mention the 3 or 4 changes, I'd probably forget one. So don't use this video to change your game books if you don't plan on just purchasing this one, which I believe you can get for less than $10 off of his webpage for the time being. You don't have to buy the whole box again. You can just buy this new set of components. But just know that I was helping him test those changes along with some other folks, and I recommend using them because I think the changes that he's made with this 4.0 version of the gamebook results has just dialed in those results just a little bit better. So now as someone who's played hundreds and hundreds of games, I am completely 100% satisfied that this game produces realistic and believable results. The caveat here, again, History Maker Baseball, for those of you who don't know, is not meant to go toe-to-toe with Strat-O-Matic, Status Pro, Payoff Pitch, Inside Pitch, APBA, Strat-O-Matic, etc., etc., etc. It's a different kind of beast. So you can learn more about it on the website. I don't need to go into it. If you want to hear me rant about it, though, click down on this channel and you'll find a nice long video where I do talk about History Maker Baseball. All right, I think that's it for now. It's probably going to be a little while before I do another video. I do have some other gaming related work that I have to get done before I get back to making videos, but I want to make more videos because that means I'm playing games, and playing games is fun. So if you have any questions for me about any of the games you saw on this channel, please leave them in the comments. I'm now up to or over 260 subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Tell your friends, tell people on Board Game Geek, tell people on Delphi to come over here and subscribe. Join my Facebook page. The conversations that we're having on the YouTube channel are awesome. I'm getting lots of great comments. I'm learning some things, and it's fun hearing that these videos are informative and enjoyable. All right, so until I shout at you guys next time, go play some games.